Hi everybody, this is Marissa from the Duxbury Free Library. Today for Crafternoon, I'm going to show you how to start seeds in cardboard tubes. So if you saw the Crafternoon I did about making a bird feeder from one of these, we're doing another outdoor activity with these guys. Very handy supply. So these are just cardboard tubes from a toilet paper roll. You can also, for this project, use a tube from a paper towel roll. You are going to be trimming these, so you'll need to trim that down as well. And what we're going to do is make a little cup from it and put some soil in it and start our seeds. So my coworker Suzanne had done a video a little while ago about starting seeds in egg cartons. So she cut up a cardboard egg carton and started her seeds that way, which is another great way to recycle something. And the Duxbury Library has a seed library where you can take the seeds you need and then return seeds after the season is over. And we've been putting that out periodically. So keep an eye out for that. If you're headed by the library and you need some seeds, you can take just what you need. And if we don't have what you need, or you already have seeds at home you're going to plant, or you're headed out to a garden center, you can pick up your seeds and start them this way from there. So the first thing you want to do before you plan to do this project is see if your seeds need to be started indoors. Today I'm going to attempt growing indigo. I did this project a couple of weeks ago so I could show you that I had sprouted my indigo seeds, and I had one or two sprout and then did not go further. I do not have the greenest of thumbs, so I don't have any plants growing in toilet paper tubes to show you, but we're gonna hope that this round goes a little bit better for me. So indigo it grows sort of like a bush, and the leaves can be used to dye fabric or yarn or any sort of fiber. So I'm excited about that. I've done dyeing with indigo once and it was so much fun, and I thought, if nothing else, it'll give me some growing experience for seeds. So let me tell you what supplies you're going to need, and then we'll get started. So you need some cardboard tubes. You will be cutting them in half, so if you're using a longer tube, such as a paper towel roll, you'll be trimming them down to maybe into thirds or quarters. Since you're cutting something, you need some scissors. You'll need some nice potting soil. I think potting soil was my problem the last time. The soil I had was meh. So this is just got this in a bag at the garden center. And your plants will have different soil needs probably, but just all-purpose potting soil for our purposes today, and a shovel, spade, and then of course you need seeds. So this is my packet of indigo seeds. If this had all gone according to my original plan, they would be in the ground by now. So I'm starting them a little late because my first attempt didn't work out, but it's a fun project to learn anyway for any sort of seed or seedling that you have. And then I have a mister bottle to mist my seeds once they are in their little cups. So let me show you how to put together a cardboard tube seed starting cup. Alright, so you can see that I already have some in my container. This is also another supply you'll need. You'll need something to hold your little cardboard planters once you've gotten them ready and are putting dirt in them, because you just don't want dirt everywhere. Maybe you do. I do not. So this is something to hold them upright, because they will be a little wobbly until the dirt is in them. And what you want to do is cut your tubes in half. So I've already done that with some of these. And then we want to cut 4 slits. So I remember it as north, south, east, and west. So let's cut. You want to cut about 1 inch in from the bottom or the top. It will end up being the bottom though. This is how you're going to make the bottom of your little container. So if you're doing this with a small kiddo, just be careful around the scissors, as always. So you can see I have 4 tabs. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the other side. And now this is the part that if you ever try to refold the top of a cardboard box, this is going to be very familiar to you. So you want to fold down 1 tab. Then you want to fold down the one next to it, overlapping the 2, like so. Then you want to fold down the 3rd one, overlapping those 2. And then with the last one, you want to fold it down, but you want to fold the corner under this flap that's completely covered. So we want 1 corner of it under and 1 corner of it over. So let's see if I can show you effectively how to do this on camera. There we go. Let me show you what it should look like when you're done. It should have a nice flat folded bottom like so. So we're going to do another one. So I've got my four slots. This really is the trickiest part, is folding these properly. Once you get that down, you're good to go. So 1 flap. Next flap. 3rd flap. I'm trying to square this up as I go. And then this last one has to go underneath this flap. So you just want to push that corner in. Luckily this cardboard is pretty flexible. All right. So now I'm going to finish folding the rest of mine, and I will come back to you and show you what we're going to do next. Alrighty, so you can see that I have made my cardboard seed starting cups from these cardboard tubes. So this is what the bottom should look like when you folded it properly. And this is what the inside will look like. It takes a little bit of practice. I can show you my failed attempts over here. So if you've got a bunch of cardboard tubes knocking around, you will have plenty to practice with. It does take a little bit of a finesse, but once you learn how to fold, so it goes 1st flap, then 2nd flap, then 3rd flap, 4th flap, you slide under the last flap halfway, and halfway sticks out like so. I know it's a little fiddly, but it's a great way to start seeds. So I hope you will give it a chance. That's the hardest part, is folding them. Everything else is simple. So now I have my tray of cardboard tube seed starters. I don't know what to actually call them. I call them about 15 different things. And now I have my potting soil. So this is why I like having a container to do this. I'm just going to put potting soil in each of them. And I'm just going to get it all in this container, and that is fine. Also why I'm wearing an apron. So I'm just filling these guys up. Now, your seeds may need to be started under the soil. Mine, I'm just going to press in the top. So just make sure you read what your seeds need. And this, adding the dirt will help them stand up a little bit better. They won't be so wobbly. This is also great if you started seeds last year but don't still have the little plastic containers they came in that are like the little cubes. And you can just stick the whole thing in the ground, which is the best part. So when you do that, you don't have to open the bottom. You might want to, depending on what seed it is. If it's got a strong root system, it's gonna just, the cardboard is gonna break down and the roots will bust through. But you could dig your hole, open the bottom very gently, and then place your seed in the ground. Or place your planter, your cardboard planter in the ground. So there's my planters full of dirt. And I am going to put in my seeds now. So like I said, I'm planting indigo today. Don't have very many seeds. So I'm going to pour them out very, very carefully over here. Sorry for the rustling sound. It probably sounds terrible on the camera. And I'm just going to start with one in each, and then do two in each if I have enough. So I have all my seeds in, and now I'm going to spritz them with some water and hope for the best. So your plant may have different water requirements than this does. So just keep them moist, keep them warm, and hope for the best. So I hope that this was an interesting way for you to learn about another way to start seeds, and you can make use of our seed library when it's available, or head to your local garden center carefully. And that's today's Crafternoon. I will hopefully be able to, hopefully these guys will sprout better, and I'll be able to give you a little update at some point. If you have other ideas for Crafternoons that you can use with materials that you've got around your house, please leave me a comment. If you are planning on doing this, I'd love to know what you're planning on planting. And thank you for joining me.